Hello, this is Grover Welch. Today I am conducting a one-way ANOVA to determine if there's a statistically significant difference in district enrollment between regions 1, 2, and 5 using the statewide school district data set that was provided in the assignment. Part 1, I data filtered. So first I needed to filter my data because the original data set contained 5 regions, but I'm only analyzing regions 1, 2, and 5. To do that, I went to my data and went down to my select cases. I went under select cases to my if. I went down to my if formula and I put in region equals 5 or region equals 2 or region equals 1. I hit continue and that selected my data. So I knew what I was working with at that time. So then after that, I went next. After I filtered my data, I came up to my case processing summary and I saw that I had 72. Um, my ends were 72 for region 1, 66 for region 2, and 23 for region 5, which gave me a total of 161 districts in my data set. Next, I needed to test my assumptions. Since I saw already I have an n below 30 here at 23, that's my first n assumption that I'm not meeting. So my next choice was to run the Shapiro-Wilk test, to which I used the explore function to do. I went to analyze. I went down to descriptive statistics. I went to explore. Under explore, I had selected, put my enrollment in my dependent, my region in my factor list, and I hit OK. That gave me an output processing summary. Um, for region 1, the significance, looking at the test of normality table, specifically the Shapiro-Wilks test. So that was down here where I saw here, and I saw here where I had my significance, right? So statistically, for region 1, the significance is less than 0.001. For region 2, the significance was less than 0.001. And then for region 5, the significance was 0.088, which is above my 0.05. Since regions 1 and 2 both had significant values less than 0.05, the normality assumption is violated for these groups. Region 5 has a significance of 0.088, which is greater than 0.05, suggesting normality for that region. Here are my histograms that show my data, and notice how they're very late. All right, so now I'll proceed with my analysis as instructed. So my assumption testing was the next thing I needed to do. So to check the assumption of homogeneity of variance using the Levene's test, which tests whether the groups have equal variances. All right. So in order to do that, I went to analyze. I went down to compare means. I went down to one-way ANOVA. So what I did was I went to analyze, compare means and proportions. I went down to one-way ANOVA. Under one-way ANOVA, I hit enroll region. Under post hoc, I clicked SIDAC since I had one in that was outside of my normality. I hit continue, hit OK. Then that gave me my one-way statistics here. So when I look at my statistics, what I find important is that looking at my test of variances, homogeneity variances, I looked here and it said based on my mean, significance was less than 0.001. All right. The significance value was less than 0.001. My Levine statistic here was 8.126 with a significance of less than 0.001. Since the significance was less than 0.001, is less than my alpha of 0.05, the assumption of equal variance was violated. That meant that 3 regions did not have homogeneous variances. We can see from the descriptive statistics that region 1 has a much larger variability. See, here's my descriptive. It's a much larger variability. in enrollment than the other regions, with a standard deviation of over 4,000 compared to about 1,254 for Region 2 and 490 for Region 5. Deviation right here. Results determine if there's a statistically significant difference in enrollment between the three regions. Looking at a ANOVA table, I can identify the three key values between the groups, within the groups, and the total. Between the groups, significance. The F statistic for between the groups was 2.957. The degrees of freedom for two are 2 for between groups and 158 for within groups. That's right. All right. So my APA style reporting. I'll present these results in a proper APA format. A one-way ANOVA was conducted to compare district enrollment across three regions, Regions 1, Region 2, and Region 5. Prior to analysis, assumptions were tested. The Shapiro-Wilk test indicated violations of normality for Regions 1 and 2, both with a p-value less than 0.001, while Region 5 met the normality assumption of p equaled 0.088. Levine's test revealed unequal variances across groups of a p less than 0.001. Despite these violations, the analysis proceeded. The ANOVA revealed no statistical significant difference in enrollment between the regions with an F of 2,158 equals 2.957, P equaled 0.055, and the eta squared equaled 0.036. The small effect size indicates the region accounts for only 3.6 of the variance in district enrollment, suggesting limited practical significance, even if the result had reached statistical significance. In conclusion, this analysis does not provide sufficient evidence to conclude that district enrollment differs significantly across regions 1, 2, and 5. The p-value of 0.055 suggests we're approaching significance, which might warrant further investigation with a larger sample size, particularly in Region 5, which only had 23 districts. Thank you for watching.